Live to NASREC, where our colleague Lukhanyo Calata is standing by with David Mabuza, of course, who's the premier and the chairperson of ANC in Mpumalanga. We take it to you, Lukhanyo. Good morning and welcome to AM News once again.
Marumo, thank you very much, and thank you for the lovely introduction. And as you rightly point out, I am with Mr. David Mabuza, who is the chairperson of the ANC in Mpumalanga, who joins us now. Sir, thank you very much, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your first 2 days of conference from Mpumalanga side, what have you guys made of it?
Well, very good. I think the scene was set with the two documents that were presented, the organizational renewal and the strategy and tactics. Now we are in commissions. I think we're fine. Tomorrow we are going to take all the policy aspects where we have got a few proposals as a province.
All right. Before we deal with the proposals of the Mpumalanga province to this National Policy Conference, I'd just like to quickly talk about one or two of the reports that have been tabled so far. The one specifically by Secretary General Gwede Mantashe, the organizational diagnostic report. It wasn't a flattering report of the ANC, was it?
No, it was a very honest report about ourselves and our challenges that we face and exactly what is it that we must do. So it was appropriate that probably we should hear it as members of the ANC.
Those challenges include, among others, a decline in issues such as ethics, such as values, such as the traditions of the ANC, a possible perceptions that the ANC is entirely corrupt. These are the words used in the report. How does the ANC move forward from this position?
I think we've realized this long time ago as leaders of the ANC in different provinces and nationally. I think the problem centers around, in the main, the way we recruit new members into the ANC. We are no longer following the constitutional prescripts that a member joins and there's a period probation that the member must serve, and the member must be inducted into all the policies of the ANC, the constitution of the ANC. What we see today is that we have got members that are members of the ANC who don't understand the ANC. They join the ANC for their own individual reasons, and that it's gaining momentum in the ANC. So probably we're lazy even to induct our members. We're lazy even to conduct political education, because political education is a very important tool for a revolutionary movement, so that from time to time your members must refresh themselves about what they stand for and how best they want to pursue their own revolution.
If the ANC does not use this policy conference to put certain things right, fix certain areas that are broken, the consequences, according to South Africans, are dire. Yes. What are the consequences? What is the thinking within the ANC if you guys don't fix the issues that are facing you?
Well, we think the ANC has got the capability to correct itself. And we're here doing a thorough reflection on ourselves, and probably as provinces, we must take it upon ourselves, because we are closer to the branches, we work with the branches to do what is right for the movement. It's possible that the ANC can come back on track.
All right. One of the key issues that have also been facing the ANC, particularly in the lead-up to this conference, have been issues, for instance, in Parliament. Parliament is investigating very key or senior members of the ANC on corruption-related allegations.
Yes.
What, according to you and to the branches in Mpumalanga, should be the sanctions against those found to have acted in a manner that's un-ANC, if I can call it that?
Well, it's appropriate that those in the leadership that are found to have acted in a manner that is not in keeping with the movement, they should step aside, so that you send a message to your members on the ground to say such a behavior is not acceptable in the movement.
One of those people that is under a massive cloud of allegations is the president himself. Yet he's survived 7 motions of no confidence in Parliament, at least 2 within the ANC. Do you think that this policy conference will be enough to build a unity within the party going towards the elective conference?
I think we have Mpumalanga. It's a best example. We're a united province. We have never had different voices. We've managed. Probably it's fine to reflect on all the issues that are said around the president, but to my view, the president is about to step down, you like it or not. Come December, we're left with 4 months. It's going to step down. Now, what should be uppermost in our mind is the road ahead. How do we rebuild? How do we correct that we think it's wrong currently? How do we reconnect with the people that have lost confidence in the ANC?
All right, let's talk a little bit about the road ahead. Unfortunately, I'd love to continue that discussion, but let's talk a little bit about the road ahead and this policy conference. What are the 2, 3 very key issues that the province of Mpumalanga wants to see coming out of this national policy conference?
Well, one important thing, it's about the ANC itself, the capacity of the ANC in the current phase to be able to conduct its struggle, to be able to pursue its objective. We think the ANC must be capacitated, so there should be more people that are deployed into the offices of the ANC to do the work of the ANC. Unlike now, more people are deployed in government, and the SG left alone in the office there. In provinces, secretaries are left alone, let alone in branches. So we think we must build more capacity in the ANC to be able to discharge its function, to be able to monitor its members, to be able to monitor the workings of government. That is one thing that we think we should pursue here. Probably try and increase certain positions that are full-time in the ANC, like considering 2 DSGs in the ANC that will be able to look at the workings of the branches, whether branches are alive, are doing what they're supposed to do. That is, we think, it's important. Otherwise, you'll have an ANC in a name that is not able to discharge its function. People that are deployed in government becomes their own masters. They report to themselves, they do as they wish. So strengthen the ANC. That's one. Of course, we worried about the scale of unemployment, poverty, and inequality. So our eyes are really stuck on economic transformation, and we think it should be radical.
All right.
By radical, we mean we should add more impetus into the transformation of our economy. The economy must move into black hands. Failing
which, do you think that, for instance, should the economy be radically transformed, that will help deal with issues of instability, such as what we're seeing at the moment in Mpumalanga with political killings and those kinds of issues? How does the ANC move to quash whatever the issues are that is resulting in loss of life?
Well, what we notice is that there's been a high number of service delivery protests, which is an indication of some resentment on the part of the population about the services. But in the main, we've noticed as we do our door-to-door that poverty is ravaging our society. If we look at the number of people that are enlisted in our social network, the number is growing, which is an indication that something is wrong. We must do something. And we don't encourage the direction that we're taking in South Africa, that more and more people should live on social grants. We want to deregister those people in the list of social grants so that they can be economically active, contribute positively into their own economy and benefit.
One of the things that we've seen in talking about people contributing into the economy is recently a colleague of yours within the NEC, mining minerals minister Musabenzi Zwane, literally being chased out of the province while he had gone to go and address members. Is that a sign? Is the ANC taking that seriously, that maybe the people are at a point where there's a serious disconnect between the ANC, the government that it leads, and the people, that put it there?
Correct. There is a serious disconnect. The point we've been missing as Mpumalanga per se. Mpumalanga is a mining province. There are a lot of mines, and the people of Mpumalanga never benefited. So probably the minister was confronted with that anger. And I'm sure we are not going to give up. We'll go back together with the minister and make people understand that we want to take drastic step to open this sector for you to participate. We're producing a lot of energy. Most of your power stations are in Mpumalanga. And the people of Mpumalanga, some of them don't have electricity. You can't explain it. And some of these people are not participating in that sector. So the anger is well placed, but of course, it's not the direction that we must take. We must go back and talk to our people to say, we want you to participate. We'll be calling, I had several mining summits. I called the CEOs, the bosses of the mines. I've organized all the unemployed. So there is a discussion to say, open up all the procurement things that you do as a mining sector. Open space for these young people so that they can contribute positively. That is for the best, for the stability of our province, for the stability of our country.
All right, and then just finally, Premier Chairperson, you've been endorsed. Your name has been mentioned as a possible joining the top 6. Are you prepared? Is that a step that you're prepared to take to go to the next level and lead the ANC as one of the national office bearers?
I've said this in a number of times. We're all prepared to serve the organization at whatever point when we're called upon to do so. But that should not be at the expense of the unit of the organization. So where I'm sitting, I'm going to put the unity of the organization first before we think of ourselves. Members of the ANC, they've got a right to talk about my name. The warning that I want to give is that let us not utilize individuals' names of people, comrades that are reputable in a manner that divides the organization. So we want, out of December 2017, we want a united, strong ANC. And I'm sure we're going to achieve that. We're going to persuade one another so that there are no factions. We want to kill these factions. We're going to persuade these leaders. We're just waiting for this conference to happen. Then beyond, we are now facing the national conference. We are going to talk, we are going to lobby one another so that finally we have a united movement.
All right, so I think that is quite an apt place to leave this conversation. Thank you very much for joining us. That was David Mabuza, who is the chairperson of the ANC in Mpumalanga, talking to us about the province's expectations out of this conference, and possibly, saying that comrades are free to use his name, but he'll only decide to move to national if it is in the best interests of the ANC. Marumo, for us, for the time being from NASREC, we'll cross back to you in studio, and hopefully we'll chat to you later.
Thank you to my colleague Lukhanyo Calata, having a conversation with David Mabuza, the Premier and Chairperson of the ANC in Mpumalanga. Moving to other news, the announcement of another bailout for South African Airways has drawn a strong reaction from the Democratic Alliance, which described it as a blow to the credibility of both the airline and Treasury. The 2.2 billion rand bailout will be used to pay back the British bank Standard Chartered. The airline faces around 9 billion rand of debt